Hey everybody, it's so great to see you. Look right over here at the screen. Are you looking? Are you listening? And are you using self-control? Yuppers, looks like you're ready. In this series called The Final Countdown, we lead up to the most important event in the history of our planet, the day that Jesus died on the cross so that we can be saved. This series will get us ready and prepared for Easter. It will be here soon. Let's start with today's bottom line. Jesus understands. On the count of 3, are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Jesus understands. Many of us have good friends. Some of us are blessed enough to even have people in our life that we would consider our best friends. These are those types of people that are close in our hearts, just like our own family. Can you imagine what it would be like if one of those people betray you? What it would be like if one of your besties turned on you for just a small amount of money? Sadly, this very thing happened to Jesus. Judas was one of his disciples, and he betrayed him. It happened right around the time of the Last Supper. This was a very sad time for Jesus, but it's an important part of the final countdown. Let's read straight from the Bible in the book of Luke. It was almost time for the Jewish feast of the unleavened bread, called the Passover feast. The leading priests and teachers of the laws were trying to find a way to kill Jesus, but they were afraid of the people. One of Jesus' 12 apostles was named Judas. Satan entered Judas, and he went to the leading priests and some of the soldiers who guarded the temple. He talked to them about a way to give Jesus to them. They were pleased and promised to give Judas money. Judas agreed. Then he waited for the best time to turn Jesus over to them without the crowd knowing it. When Jesus and the disciples had finished the Last Supper, they all went to pray together in the Garden of Gethsemane. They knew that Jesus' time had come, and they were worried and they were sad. There was one disciple who wasn't there, Judas. He had gone to tell the people who wanted to kill Jesus where they could find him. Jesus knew that he would die soon, and he was sad. He felt burdened. He wanted to pray. He asked the disciples to stay awake and keep watch for him, but they kept falling asleep. Jesus kept waking them, saying, "Stay awake with me for just 1 hour while I pray." Jesus was so burdened, he kept praying to God. In Luke 22:42, it says, "Father, if you are willing, take this cup from me. Yet not my will, but yours be done." As a human, Jesus was sad and was worried about what he would have to go through on the cross. But he loved us enough to endure it. Jesus was so sad in the garden, but suddenly an angel appeared and helped him feel better. Soon after that, an angry crowd showed up with swords and clubs. They had come to capture Jesus. Judas told them right where Jesus was. When Judas and the crowd got close enough to Jesus, Judas walked right up to him and kissed him on the cheek. This was the secret way that Judas showed the bad guys which person to capture. Judas has betrayed Jesus for just 30 pieces of silver. Jesus felt so betrayed and was very sad, but he did not fight. When the men tried to arrest Jesus, Peter decided he would fight for Jesus. He reached for his sword and used it to cut off the ear of the men. Jesus said, "Stop." Jesus then healed the ear of the man who was trying to help arrest him. Jesus didn't want to fight. He knew what he had to do. He allowed the angry crowd to arrest him. As soon as Jesus was arrested, his disciples ran away in fear. Jesus was about to face the hardest time of his life. There have probably been times in your life when someone did something to hurt you. Jesus gets it. That's today's bottom line. Jesus understands. So on the count of 3, let's say it all together. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Jesus understands. Judas betrayed him, sold him out for a little bit of money. Maybe a close friend did something like that to you to make you feel betrayed. We've all been in situations that made us feel sad. We've probably all felt afraid or worried about something. There are times in our lives that can be really tough. It's important that we remember that we're not alone. Jesus is always with us. Jesus understands. Let's say that on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Jesus understands. He will help you and he will bring you comfort. He loves you so much that he died on the cross for you. Invite him to live in your heart today and every day. Thank you for joining me. We'll see you soon.